to lead his troops, the prodigal son.
There are three things which unite this country: religion, Bollywood, cricket. And here was a fantastic opportunity that he could get Shah Rukh Khan and Ganguly. So IPL was mega real.
Calcuttans are extremely passionate. People treat the cricketers as gods.
According to Hindu mythology, Brahma is called the creator of everything. So if you take cricket into consider for India, Sourav Ganguly is creator of everything.
Ganguly emerged as a hero and it led to almost a worship of the man.
The offside Bhagavan Sourav Ganguly, Cochin আমার কাছে ক্রিকেটের ভগবান।
কলকাতা মানে সৌরভ গাঙ্গুলি।
KKR was both Ganguly's team, it was also Shah Rukh's team, which is a blessing or a mixed blessing.
An emotional mother would perhaps support Ganguly. A logical father would support Kolkata. Bengal was completely divided.
But Eden is meant for Prince of Calcutta and for nobody till date.
What Ganguly had given to this city and to this state wouldn't be forgotten overnight.
All of us had to make a choice to wilt under that pressure. I say to all of them, we may not have a few choices that you would have liked, but we want to belong here.
In terms of branding, did he bring more to the team or did Sourav bring more to the team? This was always a question that intrigued people.
Without Ganguly, Kolkata Knight Riders have no existence.
Our dream was that Dada scored a century and we won the match. That would be like a Hindi film, happy ending.
It was a great mix, Shah Rukh meets Sourav. It also had the seeds of a great tension.
KKR had the worst record of all teams in the first 3 years, and bold decisions had to be taken. This included dropping the captain Ganguly. It's no wonder that the city was divided.
A cricket match stops India like nothing else does. You could be in the middle of a political meeting and you still need to know the score. But I was growing up, and there was no live television. You had people walking up and down the streets of Calcutta, where I lived, with little transistors listening to the commentary.
And during the cricket matches, the whole country used to be like this. At the bus stops, on the roads, everyone used to be like this.
And you'd stop perfect strangers on the street and say, what's the score? And you always knew who'd got out, because the previous guy, 3 blocks down the road, had told you that so-and-so had just come into bat. And people spoke to each other only in terms of cricket scores.
And there used to be these books which showed you cricketing shots. Mr. Gavaskar executing a hook or a cover drive. You would do it and it would go tick, 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 tick.
Cricket is the one sport where Indian teams have done consistently well. India is a spectator when it comes to football or most other sports. With cricket, we are not just a spectator country, we are actually a participant and pretty much up there with the best.
I was an opening batsman, and the kids around this area used to call me Gavaskar because it was very difficult to get me out. And then you're bowled. When you try to show off a little too much, this is what happens. You get bowled. Like every other Bengali who aspires to be a cricketer or a footballer and ends up being a science graduate or a commerce graduate. So I also wanted to be a cricketer. So now I'm going to take you to the terrace, our playground, which used to be our cricket ground during our playing years, our growing years. While we go to the terrace, this used to be my room, Arnab's den, which was my signature to explain to everyone that you can't enter without my permission. This is where we used to play cricket, my brother and I and my friends in the neighborhood. There was just one constraint, there was no leg side, so we used to concentrate on the offside. So you hit on the ground, so you practice your straight drive, and this used to be our wicket. Again, we used to draw it from bricks, and there was just a solitary brick on the other end. It used to be our wicket at the non-striker's part. Oh, sorry. The key is to hit along the ground. So I grew up loving cricket. I grew up worshipping cricket.
The visual that I have is the whiteness, the greenness, and the whole garb. It made you look a little like a gladiator. I'm talking as a child, the things that attracted me more than the game itself, or the finesse of the game, or the finer points of the game. I used to go to the Firozshah Kotla. My mother was a magistrate. The courts were right next to the stadium, so she would just drop me there. You had these big guys bowling to us small guys. It kind of gave you a lot of pride when our guys hit a century or won. So the spirit that has remained with me of cricket is one, I think it's extremely elegant. I think just by the way it being so English.
Why did the British Empire promote cricket in India and not football? And the theory goes that football was this egalitarian sport where 22 guys just pushed and kicked each other. But cricket was a very hierarchical sport. There's the umpire in white, and they always right. So there was a controlled tension and aggression. And it's argued by some historians that that's how the British Raj sought to keep the colonial subjects in their place.
During the luncheon interval, there are a variety of reasons for cricket's extraordinary success in colonising, if you will, India. And I think it's clear that Indian cricket would not have flourished as it did if the game was not held in such high esteem by the British officers who, of course, once ran India. If those elite Indians, the princes and the businessmen who therefore patronised the game, had not used cricket to express their own rivalries in politics, they wouldn't have continued to sponsor it with such enthusiasm after the British left. So that created a strong, elite and popular cricket culture in India long before radio and TV spread it around the country. But that spread is what's really changed things.
ছোটবেলা থেকে তো মানে সচিন তেন্ডুলকর সৌরভ গাঙ্গুলি থেকে বড় হয়েছি। স্বপ্নটা ছিল ছোটবেলা থেকেই একটা ব্যাট নিয়ে মাঠে নেমে পড়বো। ডন ব্র্যাডম্যানকে তো কোনদিন ব্যাট করতে দেখিনি। আমার কাছে ভগবান সচিন তেন্ডুলকর আর সৌরভ গাঙ্গুলি, অফ সাইডের ভগবান সৌরভ গাঙ্গুলি, আর সচিন আমার কাছে ক্রিকেটের ভগবান।
যখন 15-16 বছর বয়স ছিল আমার, আমি ডগলেস গ্রাউন্ডে সাঁতার কাটতে যেতাম বন্ধুদের সঙ্গে, দেখতাম সৌরভ গাঙ্গুলি মানে মায়ের সঙ্গে এসে ক্রিকেট প্র্যাকটিস করছে, নেটে প্র্যাকটিস করছে। ভালো লাগে ক্রিকেট খেলাটা, 10টা বন্ধুর সঙ্গে কথা বলতে পারি, দেখতে পারি, মাইন্ডটা ফ্রি হয়।
Calcuttans are extremely passionate, so they want you to win. So right now, a KKR cricketer, they will all be mobbed by the locals. People treat the cricketers as gods.
ক্রিকেট দেখতে ভালো লাগতো এবং যখন ছোট্টবেলা থেকে আমি রাস্তায় বেরোতাম, ক্রিকেট বড় বড় দাদাদের সাথে আমি ক্রিকেট খেলতাম। আমার স্বপ্ন ছিল যে একটা বড় ক্রিকেটার হব, ইন্ডিয়ার হয়ে খেলবো, ইন্ডিয়াকে কিছু দেব, যাতে ইন্ডিয়াকে চ্যাম্পিয়ন করতে পারি।
India's precious, unique cricket culture is one of its great offerings to the world. And T20 cricket, the way that India has used that format and made it its own, speaks to the extraordinary development of India's popular cricket culture.
There was a city team for us to cheer on, the KKR, symbolic of Calcutta.
Here comes Honey Boo Boo, a new season, Monday to Thursday nights at 9, only on TLC.
That's why this is such a great pair. Gautam Gambhir has got the orange cap and can never be a bad partner. Virender Sehwag, 9 matches.
We are playing in Calcutta, there's 70,000 people and we haven't made enough runs. And Shoaib Akhtar has the ball. Well, guess who's opening for Delhi? There's Gautam Gambhir, Sehwag, all of them Indian stalwarts. And Shoaib Akhtar comes steaming in with the ball.
It's got in. This is what they waited for. Shoaib Akhtar.
Unfortunately, bitter enemies, India and Pakistan. Imagine a Pakistan bowler getting one of your most popular batsmen out, which is Sehwag, out. and people cheering for that bowler.
And Shoaib Akhtar has got his team off to a really good start here. We know that Sehwag can be absolutely important.
Out, caught a backward point. Shoaib strikes again. They got the 2 wickets.
And by that time, Eden is going wild. And you can imagine 80,000 people supporting Shoaib Akhtar, a Pakistani fast bowler, in an Indian stadium bowling to an Indian batsman. It's something I've never seen in my life.
Shoaib Akhtar has certainly uprooted the top order. It's Gautam Gambhir who has suffered at his hands.
Oh, and he's whacked it straight in. He's got another one. He's on a hat-trick. Oh, this is like Roy the Rovers. It's unbelievable. What a night for Shoaib Akhtar.
It was completely unreal. And Shoaib Akhtar later told me that he had never ever received a reception like that in Karachi or in Lahore. He said it is unbelievable that the kind of love and warmth I've been showered with in Kolkata.
Gets a hug from Shah Rukh Khan.
Each and every one of us was cheering madly for Shoaib Akhtar. That's what the IPL does to you, you know. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a feeling of oneness. It's a feeling of a lot of pride, a lot of state pride. For us, you know, when KKR wins, it's really, you know, we are there, okay? So don't you dare look down upon us.
It's like a festival. It's people with colorful faces in jerseys. It's very glamorous also. You look at the clubhouse and you see all these glamorous people standing there. I got married 5.5 years ago, and that was about the time the IPL started as well. And me and my husband both were anxious to know that how much time it is going to take the traditional ceremony. So we asked the priest. So he said that, look, it's the days of IPL, T20. If you want a test match, I'll give you a test match. If you want a T20, we will give you a T20. So I really like how he gave the example of T20 coming into the marriage ceremony.
In India, you say that there are 3 things which unite this country: religion, Bollywood, cricket. And here was a fantastic opportunity that he could get Shah Rukh Khan, who they simply adored, and Ganguly. So for them, IPL was mega real.
Ganguly is a hero in Calcutta. He was for Hindus and Muslims and people of X caste and Y caste. And everyone loves the cricket team, like everyone loves the big movie star. They are beyond other denominational identities.
Just chipping away here, the Mumbai Indians. A remarkable night that I spent in a slum in Mumbai on the night of a big game between the Kolkata Knight Riders and Mumbai. And I saw how many people were crammed around a TV set. Its volume switched up, Ravi Shastri's voice echoing in the slum alleyways.
They get the breakthrough. Ishan Sharma makes no mistake. Good change in pace. Now that'll make the Kolkata Knight Riders feel a lot better.
That sense of togetherness, that so many people were having this shared common experience watching the game. It filled those nights when they got back from their long day driving a cab or doing some menial work in the slum, and they just wanted to relax and switch off. That's what the IPL meant to them. It meant leisure. It meant escape. I may not like the tournament too much myself, but I see what it means to all these people, and that's something quite precious.
Bagarkar. Short delivery, surprising Patel, getting the outside edge.
Around about 1990, just before India reformed its economy and went on a very heady growth spurt, around 30 million Indian households had a television set. Now there are around 170 million Indian households with a TV set. And cricket is what those Indian households want to have on. It's the most ubiquitous, popular, crazily followed product in Indian entertainment. And T20 was just exactly what those young, enthusiastic, not very, in their cricketing knowledge, sophisticated Indian cricket fans most wanted to watch because it's stripped down, it's fast. So the IPL was the embrace of T20 in an Indian context.
Well, the IPL is certainly a product of post-economic boom India. It wouldn't have been invented, as it were, in the 80s or the 70s when the economy was much smaller, when society was much more diffident. It represents a more confident and economically robust India, especially in the first decade of this century.
But I would say in the last 10, 15 years, the changes are quite stark and dramatic. The first change we notice, the rise of the middle class. And the other thing is the increasing consumerism around the city everywhere. People are buying, the shops are crowded. However, I think the majority of the people have not benefited from the growth. I think 60% of Indians are still very poor. And they're uneducated, unskilled. We talk about the trickle-down effect. And that really has not happened so far.
বেঙ্গল বলুন ভারতবর্ষ বলুন ট্যালেন্ট আছে বহু ট্যালেন্ট আছে যোগ্য আসনটা পাচ্ছে না এইটা একটা দুঃখের বিষয় ইন্ডিয়া মডার্নাইজ হয়েছে তাতে মনে হয় না যে কিছু হবে গরিবদের মনে হয় না কিছু হবে কারণ ওদের ধরুন একটা মাঠে খেলা হচ্ছে যদি দেখতে ইচ্ছা করে আমি কি দেখতে যেতে পারবো মাঠে খেলা আমি যে গাড়ির লাইনে কষ্ট করছি সেটা যেন আমার ছেলের মধ্যে না আসে হয়তো আমার ছেলেকে ক্রিকেট খেলা শেখালাম পড়াশোনার দিক দিয়ে এইটাই আমার ইচ্ছা আছে যাতে আমি যেটা মানে কষ্টটা পেয়েছি সেটা যেন আমার ছেলে না পায়
Now, India is a very unusual, faces a very unusual paradox. As an economy, it can support more than one sport. As a society, it's cricket obsessed. The IPL didn't cannibalize the cricket economy or the cricket industry or cricket's time slot. You created a new product for summer. So more than whether IPL is healthy or otherwise, it's inevitable. The price of eggs has gone up in Sri Lanka, bring Calcutta to a halt. Calcutta had this tradition of big general strikes. They were called bandhs. This is the charm of Calcutta, where completely obscure causes can lead to the city coming to a halt. But what didn't come to a halt were cricket matches. So the main thoroughfares and avenues of Calcutta had no cars on those days, no pedestrians. They had just had lots of cricket matches.
Calcutta and cricket, we go back a long time. You know, cricket is our religion. I mean, I still recall in the 70s and 80s when many of the other states had empty stadiums, Eden Garden was always full.
If I was to truly describe the Eden Gardens, it's like a microcosm of Calcutta. Overcrowded, 80,000 people, 85,000 opinions because some of them are in two minds anyway about everything. And, you know, even in general, the Eden is overstaffed. And during something like the IPL, about 100 groundsmen and gardeners are pulled around from all over Bengal.
I have to start from the time when I first saw my first cricket match, which was a test match in Eden Gardens. And that's what, again, Calcutta and Eden Garden is all about. Even then, all the days, in a test match, the excitement was like so much. IPL is no less, although I like seeing cricket for a little more time. And 20 overs is never enough for me.
Whenever I go to the Eden Gardens, my Facebook status is always, I'm at the Mecca of cricket.
Rovida is about 80 years old. He was a government officer and he retired from his job about 20-25 years back. Goes for a walk every morning, comes here, but this turf is like his personal little garden. You know, he tends it lovingly and he knows every blade of grass in the stadium. If you're 80 years old, you don't have job security issues. So somebody comes and asks him that, I want to pitch this way or that way. He tells him, I'll make the best possible cricket pitch to play cricket on.
Whole atmosphere is changed. It's because in our old days, this big stand was not there. When we'll play the test match, must have a firm, even bounce at the same time with a good glass cover. But when I'm preparing a 2020, then I require a firm, even bounce wicket with less amount of glass on the wicket because the lateral movement must not be there. Then the team batting first will be in problem. This crack will also, the quality of the soil, it will crack, but it will not come out. It was dry enough. It will give a sound that it is dry enough. Now we'll give water and rolling. Finally, just.
There's a canteen here where people have been working for the past 30 years. And as long as they'll come, there'll be a place for them. Because this is not a city that tells people they're old and they're not needed anymore.
আমার এক কাকা ছিলেন, উনি আমাকে নিয়েছিলেন, আমি তো পড়াশোনা শিখিনি, খুব গরিব ছেলে। তো তারপর থেকে আমি এখানেই আছি। এইখানে সৌরভের বিয়েতে গেছি এবং ওনার বাড়িতে ছোটখাটো যা বিয়ে, ওর দাদার বিয়েতেও আমরা গিয়েছি। আমার তো এই লাইনটা খুবই ভালো লাগছে। যে নতুন নতুন যে ছেলেগুলো উঠেছে, মনোজ তেওয়ারি, গতকালকেও আমার এখানে খেয়ে গেছে এই দোকানে দাঁড়িয়ে আমার কাছে, আমার হাতে। তো এইসব ছেলেদের খাইয়ে খুব আনন্দ পেয়েছি।
আমাকে ডাকে অমলদা বলে ডাকে। আমি 79-এ চাকরিতে ঢুকি, 81 থেকে আমি ড্রেসিং রুম করছি আর কি। সৌরভ তো আমি এখানে তো ছোটবেলা থেকেই ওকে দেখেছি। এটা এখন ইউসুফ পাঠান বসে, এটা এখন ওই ম্যাকেলাম বসে, শাহরুখ আসলে বেশিরভাগ ওই সাইডটাই বসে। সেটি খেলার জন্যই আমাকে খুব ভালো লাগে। প্লেয়ারদের সঙ্গে থাকতে পারি বা প্লেয়ারদের সঙ্গে কাজ করতে পারি, প্লেয়ারদের জিনিসপত্র ঘাঁটতে পারি, ওদের সঙ্গে থাকা, এটাই হচ্ছে আমার খুব বেশি আনন্দ আর কি।
Indulgence is indulgence. You cannot take.
But more than most, this is one city that really needs its heroes.
The beautiful Eden Gardens, named after the sisters of Lord Auckland, was then the Governor General of India. It has got a very, very famous and old pagoda, Buddhist pagoda, that Lord Dalhousie had brought with him from Prome in Burma in 1854. So it's very important that you know your past. It's very important that you know your roots. The Britishers did rule us for 190 years, but there were a lot of other people from all other countries who helped build the city. The Jews, the Armenians, the Greeks, the Chinese. This is the only Chinese newspaper in India. It is printed in Calcutta and it is totally hand printed. The more you learn about the city, the more you get to love the city.
So it's a very argumentative city. You have more lawyers,